Hey everyone, welcome to another Stonehearth Desktop Tuesday. Right before the weekend, we finally pushed Stonehearth Alpha 16, full of knights and archers and clerics and orcs and goblins and kobolds and ogres, to Steam Stable. And Steam Stable means new splash screen. Our amazing illustrator, Allie, spent all of last week jamming on this splash screen, so I thought we'd spend this week's Desktop Tuesday taking a closer look at her process. We've been lucky enough to have Allie do various illustration art for Stonehearth from as early as Alpha 11. In Alpha 12, she added colors to Tom's sketch of Poyos, and in Alpha 13, she made us some amazing Ascendancy Rise Children's storybook art for our settlement picker. In Alpha 14, she built this poster of our new monsters, Entlings, Stonelings, and more. In Alpha 15, she celebrated our building and performance improvements with this bustling town scene. For Alpha 16, Allie wanted to celebrate all of our new classes and new monsters with a fight scene that was cute, but also epic. First, she did some sketches of our new classes, the revised footman and knight, to get a handle on translating their in-game appearance to a more sketchbooky feel. Then, she spent quite a while on composition, where everyone should be placed on the page so that a viewer could look at the picture and see not just all the people, but also little stories about how they all relate to each other. Here are some of her early passes: the ogre in the back, heroes on the left, monster on the right. She liked some parts of this last one, the way the archers set the ogre's shoulder on fire, or the way the footman is engaging with the dude she calls Party Goblin here in the front, but she felt that cleric and knight were just standing around. In all of her illustrations, she wants your eye to keep moving around the page, discovering little nuances and details as you go, so she kept at it until she finally came up with this sketch, which has the archer in front, shooting the ogre in the back, who is attacking the knight, who is protecting and being protected by the cleric. In the meantime, Kobold Archer is perched exactly where an archer should be, on the only high ground available, shooting down at Footman, and being counterbalanced by Goblin, who's about to be set on fire by the archer's arrow. And in the meantime, there's Party Goblin in the back, still having a good time. A lot of Allie's previous work on Stonehearth has been digital, but she's always told us that to really capture a pen and ink feel, you have to use, surprise, actual pens and inks. So she printed out her sketch, put it on a light box, and drew it again, using a pen to create the strong illustration action lines and colored pencil for all the shading. While she was at it, she also did a tiny little color test to see how it would look with real watercolors. Liking the result, she scanned the inked version of the illustration and opened it back up in Photoshop to add the parchment background. Then she did a color test in Photoshop, basically a fast painting all on one layer, of all the colors she imagined to see which would work best for what. Most people might have called it done, but then Allie says that color tests tend to be muddy, and if she has the time to go and do it right, coloring each color on one layer in Photoshop can offer a tremendous extra contrast or pop, because she can focus on getting shading for one part right before moving on to another part. In this mid-process piece, for example, the ogre's blue is all colored on one layer, and then that layer is locked so that she can do a gradient from the ogre's arms in the background out to the ogre's stomach in the foreground without interfering with any of the other colors or areas of the picture. The goblin's green skin is done on another layer, and the colors are drawn from the color test. And here's the finished piece. I hope you've enjoyed seeing Allie's progress through this piece as much as the rest of the team and I have. If you've got the game on Steam, please give Alpha 16 a go and let us know how it's behaving for you, either here in the comments or on our forum at discourse.stonehearth.net. See you next week!